The Olympic Games, a spectacle of athleticism and international camaraderie, have captivated the world for millennia. This grand event, which brings together athletes from all corners of the globe, is a celebration of human potential and the spirit of competition. The modern Olympics, with their elaborate ceremonies and global audience, are a far cry from their humble beginnings, yet they retain the essence of what made the ancient games so special. Their origins can be traced back to ancient Greece, in the sacred city of Olympia. Nestled in the western Peloponnese, Olympia was not just a site of athletic competition, but also a place of worship and reverence. The ancient Greeks believed that the gods themselves watched over the games, lending a divine significance to the events held there. Here, amidst rolling hills and lush olive groves, the ancient Greeks gathered every 4 years to honor Zeus, their king of the gods. The landscape of Olympia, with its serene beauty and historical significance, provided a fitting backdrop for the games. The olive groves in particular were symbolic, as the olive wreaths awarded to victors were seen as a gift from the gods. The first recorded Olympic Games took place in 776 BC, marking the beginning of a tradition that would endure for over 1,000 years. These early games were a simpler affair, but they laid the foundation for what would become one of the most enduring legacies of ancient Greece. The games were held in accordance with a strict calendar, and their occurrence was so significant that it was used as a reference point for dating events in ancient Greek history. These ancient games were more than just athletic competitions. They were a religious and cultural festival, a time for Greeks from all corners of the ancient world to come together in peace. The games were a rare opportunity for city-states, often embroiled in conflict, to lay down their arms and celebrate their shared heritage. Religious ceremonies, feasts, and artistic performances were integral parts of the festivities, making the games a holistic celebration of Greek culture. Athletes, representing their respective city-states, competed in a variety of events that tested their strength, speed, and agility. These included running races, wrestling, boxing, chariot racing, and the pentathlon. Each event was designed to showcase different aspects of physical prowess, and the athletes trained rigorously to excel in their chosen disciplines. The competition was fierce, but it was also a display of mutual respect and admiration among the participants. The pentathlon, a grueling combination of 5 different events, was particularly challenging. It included a foot race, long jump, discus throw, javelin throw, and wrestling. Success in the pentathlon required not only physical strength, but also versatility and strategic thinking. The event was a true test of an athlete's all-around abilities and was highly regarded in the ancient games. Victory in the ancient Olympics was highly prized. The winners were celebrated as heroes, and their achievements were seen as a reflection of the glory of their city-state. The olive wreaths they received were more than just symbols of victory. They were tokens of divine favor and recognition of their exceptional abilities. Champions were showered with glory and accolades, their names etched into history as symbols of strength, skill, and human potential. Their victories were recorded in inscriptions and commemorated in statues, ensuring that their legacy would endure for generations. These records provide us with a glimpse into the lives of these ancient athletes and the high esteem in which they were held. The Olympic Games became a cornerstone of ancient Greek culture, a testament to their reverence for physical excellence and the pursuit of greatness. The Games were more than just a series of competitions. They were a celebration of the human spirit and the potential for greatness that lies within us all. The legacy of the ancient Olympics continues to inspire us today, reminding us of the enduring power of sport to unite and uplift humanity. For over 1,000 years, the Olympic Games flourished as a symbol of peace and athletic competition in ancient Greece. These games were not just a series of athletic contests, they were a celebration of human potential and a testament to the spirit of friendly competition. Athletes from various city-states would gather in Olympia, putting aside their differences to compete in events that tested their strength, speed, and skill. The Games were held every 4 years, a tradition that became a cornerstone of Greek culture and identity. However, the rise of the Roman Empire brought about a decline in the Games' significance and ultimately led to their demise. The Romans, with their vast empire and different cultural priorities, did not hold the same reverence for the Olympic Games. As Rome expanded its territories, it absorbed many aspects of Greek culture, But the Olympics did not fit neatly into the Roman way of life. The grandeur and the spirit of the Games began to fade as Roman influence grew stronger. As the Romans conquered Greece, they gradually imposed their own culture and values, which differed greatly from those of the Greeks. The Romans were more focused on military prowess and political power, and their public spectacles often involved gladiatorial combat and chariot races, which were far removed from the ideals of the Olympic Games. The cultural shift was profound, and the once celebrated Games began to lose their luster in the eyes of the new rulers. The Romans viewed the Olympics as a pagan festival and did not share the same reverence for athletic competition that the Greeks held. To the Romans, the religious aspects of the Games, which honored Zeus and other Greek gods, were seen as outdated and incompatible with their own beliefs. The athletic competitions, once seen as a way to honor the gods and bring glory to the athletes, were now viewed with indifference or even disdain by the Roman authorities. In 393 AD, after more than a millennium of existence, the Olympic Games were officially abolished by Roman Emperor Theodosius I. This decree marked the end of an era. Theodosius, who was a devout Christian, sought to unify the empire under the banner of Christianity and saw the pagan traditions of the Olympics as a threat to this goal. The Games, with their deep roots in Greek mythology and religion, were seen as incompatible with the new Christian order. The emperor, a devout Christian, sought to suppress pagan traditions throughout the empire, and the Olympics, with their ties to the Greek god Zeus, became a target of his religious zeal. The temples and altars dedicated to Zeus and other gods were dismantled or repurposed for Christian worship. The sacred grove of Olympia, once a place of pilgrimage for athletes and spectators alike, was abandoned and left to the elements. With the abolition of the Games, the once sacred grounds of Olympia fell into disrepair. The grand stadiums and temples that had once echoed with the cheers of thousands of spectators were now silent. The athletic fields, where champions had once competed for glory, were overgrown with weeds and forgotten by time. The spirit of the Olympics, which had once brought together people from all corners of the Greek world, seemed to fade into obscurity. Over the centuries, the site was ravaged by earthquakes, floods, and the relentless march of time. Natural disasters took their toll on the structures, reducing them to rubble. The once magnificent temples and stadiums were buried under layers of earth and vegetation, their former glory hidden from view. The site of Olympia, which had once been a beacon of human achievement and unity, became a forgotten relic of a bygone era. The magnificent temples and stadiums that once hosted thousands of spectators crumbled into ruins, their former glory obscured by layers of earth and vegetation. The statues of gods and athletes which had once stood proudly in the sacred precincts were toppled and broken. The Olympic spirit, which had once inspired generations of athletes and spectators, seemed to be lost to the ages, buried under the weight of history. The Olympic spirit, once a beacon of unity and human achievement, seemed lost to the ages. Yet, the legacy of the ancient games lived on in the stories and legends passed down through generations. The ideals of athletic excellence, fair competition, and international unity that the Olympics represented continued to inspire people around the world. And centuries later, the modern Olympic Games would be revived, drawing on the rich heritage of their ancient predecessors to once again celebrate the best of humanity. Centuries passed, and the memory of the ancient Olympic Games faded into legend. The once vibrant arenas and stadiums where athletes competed for glory became silent ruins, mere shadows of their former grandeur. The stories of legendary athletes and their feats were passed down through generations, becoming part of the rich tapestry of human history. However, the spirit of the Games, with its emphasis on athletic excellence, international cooperation, and the pursuit of human potential, was not entirely extinguished. Across the world, the values of the Olympics continued to inspire athletes and spectators alike. The idea of bringing together people from different nations to compete in a spirit of friendly rivalry and mutual respect remained a powerful and enduring vision. In the late 19th century, a young French aristocrat named Pierre de Coubertin embarked on a mission to revive the Olympic Games for the modern world. Coubertin was deeply influenced by the educational reforms of his time and believed that sports could play a crucial role in shaping character and promoting peace. Coubertin, a visionary educator and historian, believed that the Games could promote peace and understanding among nations. He saw the potential for the Olympics to serve as a platform for fostering international goodwill and breaking down the barriers of prejudice and misunderstanding. His vision was not just about athletic competition, but about creating a global community united by shared values and aspirations. He traveled extensively, promoting his vision of a revived Olympics that would transcend political and cultural boundaries. Coubertin's travels took him to various countries where he met with influential leaders, educators, and sports enthusiasts. He tirelessly advocated for the revival of the Olympic Games, emphasizing the importance of international cooperation and the role of sports in promoting peace. In 1894, Coubertin's efforts culminated in the founding of the International Olympic Committee, the governing body of the modern Olympic Games. The formation of the IOC marked a significant milestone in the realization of Coubertin's dream. The committee was tasked with overseeing the organization and execution of the Games, ensuring that they adhered to the principles of fair play and international unity. The IOC, with Coubertin as its president, set about organizing the first modern Olympic Games. The planning process was meticulous and involved collaboration with various stakeholders, including governments, sports organizations, and local communities. The goal was to create an event that would honor the legacy of the ancient Olympics while also reflecting the values and aspirations of the modern world. The inaugural Games of the modern era were held in Athens, Greece in 1896, a fitting tribute to the birthplace of the ancient Olympics. The choice of Athens as the host city was symbolic, representing a bridge between the ancient and modern worlds. The Panathenaic Stadium, a historic venue that had been restored for the occasion, provided a majestic setting for the competitions. Athletes from 14 nations competed in 43 events, marking the rebirth of an ancient tradition and the beginning of a new chapter in the history of sports and international relations. The 1896 Athens Olympics were a resounding success, capturing the imagination of people around the world and setting the stage for the future growth and development of the Olympic movement. The Games demonstrated the power of sports to unite people across borders and to celebrate the shared human spirit of determination, excellence, and camaraderie.